What about my fans? I'm back from another video. We're on the first episode of the new Pokemon series, Pokemon Horizons. This is something new for me, a lot of audiences. First time I watched Pokemon entirely in Japanese. Also, it's the first Pokemon series I review on this channel. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? It's always a little bright, it's sunny outside. As I said, as I mentioned yesterday in my Dr. Stone review, I plan to do some stuff today, right now. But so didn't expect this to be bloody sunny of all days. Where am I bloody indoors? It's raining yesterday, and it's sunny when we're not going anywhere. Bullshit. So yeah, sorry it's bright. I don't think I have any filters or anything. Anyway, this is the first time I'm reviewing Pokemon. I have tried to review some of the Mewtwo some stuff before, but that's different now. I'm changing my ideas. Oh, son of a... That came out of nowhere. It's the first time I've been Pokemon ever properly. I do plan to cover the classics, the original animes run from the Indigo League up to Journeys. So that's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be interesting reviews. No, this series is released as an hour-long special in Japan, but not on one using it. It's also released as a 2-part episode. I get it now. Oh yeah, actually I don't get it much, but maybe. Anyway, I'm gonna for those who might not be in the know, which I highly doubt there's people who doesn't know about the Pokemon franchise, but I had to mention this just in case. This is my best view on Pokemon. Pokemon is a multimedia franchise that began as a video game series created by Game Freak and published by Nintendo back in the late 90s. It's a unique take on the RPG genre of video games. The games was such a hit, it was turned into an anime adaptation two or so years later. The original Pokemon anime, which focused on a new character, Satoshi, or Ash as you know in the West. As he journeys with his friends of different, makes new journeys across all the regions over the years. That's basically the games. Every region that's in the games he travels to. With his partner Pikachu and friends he makes in each story. I stuck with Brock and Misty for two regions. The Orange Islands was not even based on the game. Yeah, Orange Islands is not really based on the game, I think. It's our own separate story that's not based, since that's been come out yet Japan at the time. Now, Pokemon released in North America as the anime first. Games released a few days later. And the anime was dubbed by 4Kids Entertainment. You may well know them well for a lot of the other infamous dubs. The infamous censorship and a lot of things like Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff. So, Pokemon's become so popular over the years. Ash's journey's been going on for almost around 25 years, I think. And just about last week, he officially left the Pokemon anime. See, well, it's been it's been like a month or two since then, though, more specifically, since he ended Journeys South. We got a little special, an 11-episode special, episode OBA, about capping off Ash's journey. With friends old and new. I not watched it. And we do not know when that's going to start being dubbed. So even when I do start viewing the original Pokemon anime, it's already been dubbed at that point. So, and the English dub of the anime changed after Advanced Battle's conclusion. Since Walker's lost the licensing rights. It's a whole story of what they do. I'm not gonna get into that. So it was done by the Pokemon company itself, nicknamed Pokemon USA, with a whole new cast of iconic voice actors. Sarah Natachani does a good job of portraying Ash, but her version is more older. Veronica Taylor's was more younger. So Ash's 10-year-old, but how? Ash being 10. You know, he looks older than 10. Beauty of anime. So yeah, this series focuses on new protagonists, 2 new characters, Liko and Roy. So yeah, this will split up into a 2-part episode, and part 1 focuses on Liko. I assume part 2 will focus on Roy, but judging by the previews, doesn't. But we may get focus on him a little. May get focus on him in the next episode. Who knows? Or maybe sell episode 3 or episode 2. You get what I mean. So this is an hour-long special in Japan. First episode was released there as an hour-long special. But the episodes were released separately in some apps or something. I don't get it myself. I'm sure you can find the full version on YouTube, subbed or something. Unless it gets taken down. Okay. I also plan to listen to the opening, which I found yesterday got deleted immediately. Isn't that a pain in the ass? So I think I managed to find a new one. Anyway, I'm going to be signing off the dub names because I'm not familiar much with the Japanese names of the Pokemon. So, yeah. So, I don't know what it's in. But, best I give you that explanation. Pokemon's even probably not released a lot of movies. Before the 11 episode special came out, there was one special episode that doesn't even focus on the main timeline. You see, a few years ago, after when the Sun and Moon anime was airing, instead of making a movie based on that story of that region, the company decided to make a new movie series with a new canon. Did they already plan Ash's final journey back then? I doubt it. Maybe they couldn't think of any stories to tell Lola. In any case, yeah, that would make sense. They just only have to do stories. Is to do stories within just based the game get a game. They didn't come up with anything new. So yeah, when it was announced that Ash would be leaving, I was surprised. Like many kids, I grew up with Pokemon. My first Pokemon series I ever watched was Diamond and Pearl. By the way, quick break here. Sorry. Let me know in the comments down below which Pokemon series you got into. What season was your first? I'd love to know. Anyway, I haven't started a review yet. My voice is being a pain in the ass again. So let's just get into a review. So yeah. So, there's no opening. Since it was a 2-part special. So the episode opens up with a narrator. The Japanese narrator sounds interesting. About this new world of Pokemon. About a new adventure. Let's then cut to a bus stop. We're introduced to our first protagonist, Liko. She not exactly going to interact with anyone. She's from Paldea. She's from the Paldea region, the most current games of the Pokemon series. I've not completed them yet. The only Pokemon game I ever completed was Sun and Moon. No joke, that's literally the only Pokemon game I ever beaten. No, I never bothered to get more. No. Really, because I don't like turn-based RPGs. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really much of a fan of turn-based RPGs these days. I don't know. But I don't say they're bad. I don't. It's just me who doesn't like them much. I've heard the action RPGs like Final Fantasy 7, 15 and stuff, where you get to move freely and attack when you switch other characters in your party instead of taking turns, because that can be a bit of a pain in the ass. That's why I want. That's obey. That's why I tried playing the original Final Fantasy. I'm going off track. So as you know, the current series, Scarlet and Violet, which came out a couple months ago, like in late 2022. They're going to be releasing some DLCs later sometime this year. So you better add them to your wish list if you already got the games. They're going to be releasing more DLCs they got 2 DLCs planned. They're releasing the first one soon, I think. So be sure to look at that. Anyway. She's going to... So Rico's in the Kanto region. Going to school. Well, I wish they could have done this, actually. I always theorized, since people were theorizing she would be Ash's daughter, which is not true. But I always thought that they could... The way to connect her to Ash is just have her want to beat the champion. Have a goal in mind. Kind of like Beyblade Burst Turbo. Where Iga wants to be stronger and beat Bolt. Fair and square. Which was, since that was the first Beyblade series to actually, part of the first series to actually hand off to a new protagonist. They did it in a clever way. I'm curious to know what this is going to, who the dub cast is. But it's going to be a while before we see dubbed. Ultimate Journeys is still airing on UK television. Probably still airing streaming on Netflix in the USA. So, I'm not even watched Ultimate Journeys, because they're not completed Master Journeys yet. And I missed the start of Ultimate Journeys anyway. So, yeah, I'm going to wait for it to come on Netflix to watch it. Be sure to look forward to that. But I do actually plan to cover both the dub and sub of the anime. I watched all episodes of the original Pokemon. Well, not all of them. So yeah, Riko's not really good at socializing with people. As she heads to school, she buys her room and meets with her roommate named Anne. That's a unique hairstyle. As you know, this is going for the same art style as Journeys. Since Sun and Moon changed the art style to be more softer. Since the style has slightly changed before, be more edgier in a way. Compare XY Ash to, original Ash, and you can see they are similar, but with some differences in design. Be more edgy in action. That season was more focused on the action part of Pokemon. No, I'm disappointed that the dub of Pokemon Sun Journeys in the Galar region didn't have any characters with British accents. I mean, come on, Paldea. I mean, come on. Galar is based entirely in the United Kingdom, where I'm from. Well, simply I'm from South Wales, but still. Liko kind of makes her first friend Anne, who's a bit wild and crazy. Who's curious about Paldea and stuff. She asks Liko why she's here in the first place. Liko asks, since she's never been outside of Paldea before, she said that her parents when the school she asked for her parents, when she asked her parents about school, what school she's going to, they suggested this school in Kanto, because that's where they met. There was actually a school in the Kanto region the whole time. That's confusing when you think about it. Obviously, it's just great for this series, but this is supposed to be the same continuity as the original, as the previous season. So, I'm confused. Like, they could have had that school appear in the original anime. Oh, I know they just created for this season, but they could have just said the school was recently built. That would be more sense in the confusion. But her parents went there. So, yeah, they definitely could be having Ash appear sometime in the future. Where he could give advice to Liko and Roy. Be nice to have a special episode with him. Like the special episodes we got with some past companions of Ash. Right. Uh. So. Anyway. Anne tells her that after the exit ceremony, they're going to be getting their partner Pokemon. And this was doing watching a bow. That's Liko pretty excited. So yeah. Anyway, we get the entrance ceremony about informing us of. This is a great way for new audiences to learn the world of Pokemon. You know, Pocket Monsters, or Pokemon for short. Yes, if you don't know, in Japan it's really called Pocket Monsters. It's just shortened to Pokemon in the dub in the anime itself, because it's abbreviation Pocket Monsters Pokemon. It's just a dub that calls it Pokemon for the title. Pocket Monsters, New Horizons. Yeah, especially called Pokemon Horizons the series. I'm just gonna call it Pokemon Horizons, okay? Easier. Anyway. So yeah, they downloaded Pokédex in the Rotom phone. Which, keeping up on Gala, is a good idea too. The whole Rotom Pokédex spin. Rotom Dex is more bulky in the Sun and Moon series. So Rotom phone is more improved version. I'm trying to find clever. Anyway. Pardon me, I gotta do something. Sorry about that. Oh, pardon me. Where was I again? Yes. So yeah, we see their partner Pokemon. Nico gets a Sprigatito on a new. Actually, I do have something I got for pre-ordering the game. By the way, I pre-ordered Scarlet, but I pre-ordered one of the games. And got this. It's not really for pre-ordering. Cute, isn't it? I chose Sprigatito, which is, I usually just choose the fire type, but Sprigatito's just so cute. Cat's my favorite animal. You can't blame me. So yeah, that's a different name in the Japanese version. You know, it's Sprigatito in the West if you played the game. Well, Nico. So yeah, Sprigatito's just so cute. Even Nico thinks so, but Sprigatito's more, stubborn. And you clearly see some parallels. If you watch the very first episode of Pokemon back in, like, you get the anime on DVD or something. Anyway, in the UK, we only have season 1 on DVD with some of the movies. Yeah. I know, it's weird, isn't it? You can watch more of the series on BBC iPlayer, though. Most simply Diamond and Pearl, Sun and Moon. You know? Now, Holland series. More classic. There's one time the classic Pokemon actually did air on UK television, but that was like a year or so ago, a few years ago. There we go. Getting distracted again. When Spikatito runs off, of course, Nico chases after her. This is stubborn little thing. Nico finally manages to catch up to her, but slips off the balcony. The merchant lands to bounce off a Snorlax. Spikatito runs off. There are actually people that are looking for Liko. That says the next day. Anyway, after that, Liko after chasing Spikatito around, managed to catch it. So yeah, she has a battle Anne, but Spikatito immediately leaves because it doesn't listen. So sorry, I just getting annoyed by some notification sounds, so I couldn't remember much. I think. So yeah. So Angus Liko and some about telling her that she should go and have a battle and stuff. So yeah, that night Liko writes in a journal about being part of Spikatito. You know, it's not going so well right now. As Anne's leaving, Liko goes into her bed, picks someone out, takes someone out of it. Some of them pulling her. Someone's awake. That's why it's Liko. And that's what it's revealed that what Liko has. Liko reveals it's one of her grandmother. It's one of the. It's actually a pendant, a mysterious pendant. A lot of people have been theorizing this on the internet since it was revealed. So, Liko, yeah. She said she shouldn't hide it. Why don't you hide it? It's so cute. What's wrong with her? She pretty might seem childish. The next day, Liko mentions how she's jealous of Anne and her partner Pokemon Usherwat's good relationship. But Ben gives her some, Anne does give some, try to best to give some advice. You know, maybe they're both stubborn, they just need to learn how to work together. So yeah, Anne doesn't know that people are looking for her. She so Liko sorry. So she wants to learn more about Spikatito, but she deserves it all day. See this and also being going out like training. Tell us on the bond. Sometime later, it's now a spoiler break. The school's on break now, but Liko's parents are busy So she decided to stay in Kanto for now instead of going back to Paldea for a break. So really, is Paldea a flight away now? Or is it like Johto and it's closed down? Dude, the two regions of Pokemon, Kanto and Johto, are actually named after real places in Japan. You know, the Kanto region. Yeah, the Kanto region is actually a real place in Japan. It was just named after that. It's the only time a place in Japan is ever named in Pokemon in dub. Like, seriously, in the 4K dub, look at it. One time Ash leaves to Hoenn, he says he's from Kanto, which I said is a place in Japan, Kanto region. Look it up. That's the only Japanese name Portuguese left in. It's weird. Each region has a unique design. As in, very based on different countries. I'll say Kanto and Johto based off Japan. A lot. I'm not sure about Hoenn, but I think Sinnoh is based off Russia, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what regions they're based off. I don't know what they're based off. Okay, if you know, let me know in the comments below. But I do remember that after I think, well, I think Black and White Unova region is inspired by America. Might be an American region. So, Alola. I mean, Carlos based off France. Alola based off Hawaii. Gala based off in the United Kingdom. And recently Paldea based off Spain, actually. Spain, I think. Yeah, basically it's based off Spain. This one plays off it's based off Spanish culture. You know, including the designs and stuff. So, anyway, a man asked the caretaker, one of the workers there, about how he's looking for. And that time Nico comes in, the lady mentions that he's looking for her. He tells her that he's got her grandmother sent him. He's got a letter for her. Basically telling her to bring the pendant to them. Tell her legal space that someone seems off. And she knows something's off. And she is speaking to head to her room. She knows someone's off. Does she know something that he doesn't about her grandmother? Like, is she dead that he didn't know? Or... So yeah, she takes the pendant and run away, but they're chasing after her. By working together, though, they manage to come up with a clever way to take down a Rhydon by using a magical leaf. I think it's a Rhydon. I might be getting it wrong. My apologies if I got that wrong. Pardon me. I haven't watched it in quite a while. And then after that, Nico does his best to run away. The other people that are looking for her, the leader shoots in to save her at the last minute. The man's name is Freed, and his voice actor is actually the voice of the Luke in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7, and also the Luke in Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. I can't resist that, okay? It's funny. Another connection between Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. They rivaled each other back when 4Kids was dubbing them. Yeah, they consider like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually consider rivals in like a rival series. Yeah, since even more rival since Pokemon's trading cards and Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards being in the card business, maybe a little bit longer than Pokemon, or Pokemon's been longer, I don't know. But yeah, they compete against each other. But what Yu-Gi-Oh had advantage over Pokemon is that people who are interested in the game, people who watch the Yu-Gi-Oh anime can pick up on the game and get interested in playing. But for the Pokemon card game, there's no Pokemon card game anime to learn to play. So you don't know the rules. So I think they should do a spin-off focused on the Pokemon card game. I keep my own idea. It's like Vanguard, but more technological. I mean this, that Vanguard uses your imagination. You imagine yourself being the main card you use. You're the Vanguard. It's like more. But what I use is like you actually feel like you are the Pokemon when you use the card. You know what I mean? I know it's just wishful thinking, but Pokemon did have spin-offs in the past. But yeah, they spin off Pokemon Chronicles, which is more of an anthology, focused on different characters, old and new, like Brock, Misty. Well, Brock got one episode before leaving to Hoenn to meet up with Ash and travel along with him, May and Max. Misty got like 2 or so episodes, I think. Kizzy had some episodes. Rich even had some. And a lot of people theorize that the guy Richie talked to in one of the episodes when he mentioned Ash, might have been his dad. Well, I hardly doubt, but that would be pretty cool. Have a connection there. We still don't know Ash's dad. And it never got revealed. Unlike Deku's dad, who seemingly been revealed recently in the manga. So, yeah, there's actually another connection between voice acting. The voice of Deku is also the voice of Go in the Pokemon Journeys anime. Interesting connection. Back then, I didn't care about Japanese voice actors. I was more just into dub acting or voice acting. Or just only got the sub anime. No. I haven't gone to sub anime that properly yet at that time. I started watching Dr. Who's pretty good in early 2021. Which is why we rebranded the channel to be more just focused on my anime reviews. So anyway, Freed ends up battling this guy with his child. Freed and his child end up battling this guy in a new Pokemon, I think. I'm not sure. They end up battling, destroying the place. Nico has to find a way to stop them. Otherwise, the school destroyed. So she tries her best to jump off the roof to another building in Respectito. Many attacks end up nearly hitting her, but that pendant somehow goes and puts up a shield protecting her. And the episode ends on a cliffhanger. End of part 1. Part 2 will be focused on this continuous story. It's actually called Liko and Roy Pokemon Pocket Monsters. Liko and Roy Set Off. That's just the name of the first 2 episodes, though, special. If the opening is still on YouTube, you can go look for it and watch it. I've not yet seen it. I did listen to the full version a while back. But I forgot about it. So yeah, I like how the YouTuber is that PokeTuber, like they call it, is actually is also the narrator of the previews. You can Pocket the Monsters. Liko Roy Set Off Part 2. You won't want to miss it. So, yeah, so I just went along. I went a little bit rambling, but I did have to explain about the Pokemon series and stuff. I've been so popular since then. Original games based on the Game Boy Advance. Before transition Nintendo DS around the 2000s. Starting with the Diamond and Pearl series. And then when the Switch came around in 2017, they moved there. I think the first Pokemon game I ever played might have been Diamond and Pearl. Well, one of them anyway. It's a separate game. I think that one of them might be my first ever experience with playing Pokemon games. Maybe. I'm not sure how I got into the franchise. All I know is I watched the anime as a kid, but I haven't played the games up till that point when I started watching now. And I never played a single game in the Pokemon trading card game. Unless they have an app for it, I never played it. So, but yeah, that's just the first episode of the new Pokemon series. So this is amazing this is amazing for us Pokemon fans. Whole new channel, and we're embarking to a whole new adventure with new characters. No Ash. This is the first of the series. Sad yet exciting possibilities. But, of course, they want to keep Ash young just in case these characters don't fall out. But I don't think these characters will be bad. I like Rico. And maybe every year, when the next generation of games comes out, they will focus on new protagonists every year. You know, something that Prequel started doing back in 2006. And stuck with since Prequel Splash Star came out. And Baby Burst Turbo started doing that too. New generation of characters. New characters. In the world will still have other characters. Keeping Bond as a central point though, and have some type of connection with each of the protagonists of the series. I kind of like the whole thing of new protagonists every season. It's a great idea, a new adventure. And if they are going to do this, we'll be with Rico and Roy for a few more years before they announce the next generation of games. We don't know much about Roy yet, but can't wait to learn about him. So, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy my content, please hit the thumbs up button. Want to see more, subscribe to the channel, hit notification bell, be up to date all videos that comes out in the future. See you guys next time for Magical Muscles. And I'll probably see you later for House Paradise and Eden Zero. So, thank you. See you guys next time. Keep Phoenix out.